to restaurant. Today we'll be talking about the equipment we'll be using for ventilation and also the types of loops we make when producing a closure. So I'm going to give you a list of the things you need. You're going to be needing a scissors. You need a rattle comb to comb up your closure, your hair to make it pattern. You need a ventilating pin.
This is a customized ventilating pin which we produce, and if you would like to get one from us, you just have to leave a message stating how many you would like to order. It's a very affordable price. It's not that expensive and all.
That's not that expensive. So you need a T-pin or any office pin, a pin to hold on your nest. But I prefer that when you are going for a pin, you take an office pin, because that one, when you are pinning it into the head of the dummy, it's not going to give you any stress with the net. So it's either you choose this one. If you are more comfortable with this one, use, but I prefer you use the office pin for ventilation. Also, you will need your lace. Okay, so this one I just cut it out, like it's not, I didn't measure the sizes or the lengths. I didn't measure the inches, so I just cut out the round over. But when you are making a closure, you make a specific measurement of your lace net, so you know what you are doing, what kind of closure you're making, if it's frontal, if it's full lace. So that's what we just be needing a scissors, the rattle comb, the ventilating pin, your net, and a pin. Also, not to forget, you'll be needing a mannequin head. Yeah, one of them. You'll be needing a mannequin head to produce a closure. Either use this or use the canvas or use any one of them, just something you can attach your net to. So let's get right on it. Okay, so like you can see, the dummy is in between my legs. This is for just mainly beginners who haven't bought equipment and everything. You don't have the G-clamp, you don't have the tripod stand, you don't have those necessary equipment that you make use of in holding your dummy's head. So this is what you'll be working with. Firstly, put it in between your legs, because that's the secured pattern you can get, like that can be able to hold your dummy head this firm while you ventilate. So this is how you do it. So we take this is just, I'm just going to take you through this. When you're going, make sure your net is secured properly. Okay, so before going, like if you can see the lace, you can see that it's like this and it's also like this. So the best way to place your net when you are working with your closure is make sure that when you're looking at the lines, it's vertically going, like the lines are vertically moving, not horizontally, because that's going to be hard for you to work with. So make sure you are working with your net like this on the dummy's head, where you can see the lines going straight, you can see it working. So now you secure the lace. We're securing the lace on our dummy's head. So you make sure it's tight, like this, like there's no space in between the net and the dummy's head. So come in, just give me a minute. Okay, so the 4 parts, like you can see, it's all secured. Here secured, here secured, here secured, here secured. They are all secured, and if you can see the space in the net, there is no much space. It has very flat on the dummy's head. Like see it, it's very flat. So today, like I said, we're teaching you how to produce the knots. Like I'm going to take you on 4 types of knots we use in making a closure, a lace wig rather, or should I say a lace closure. Sorry, a lace closure. So I'm taking you 4 types of knots you can use in producing a lace closure, and that will be the single knot, the double knot, the single split knot, and double split knot. So that will be just those 4 we'll be dealing with today. Okay, so also I forgot to mention that you will be needing your hair. Obviously everybody knows you'll be needing the hair you are going to be using to work. You'll be needing your hair to work, so definitely. Now you make sure one side is short and the other is long. You don't split it in between. You don't make sure it's going to take time for you in ventilation, so make sure one side is shorter than the rest. So one side is short and the other side is long. So now we are going to be doing a single knot. Like I told you, now this is the reason why I told you that you should place your net this direction, because it's going like this and it's going to be easy for you to ventilate. Now see why I said so. Okay, so because now it's be easy for you to know to pick one O. If it was the other way around, it would have been hard for you to know where you are picking one O. So for this one, you know, and to help you ventilate vertically, maybe you are starting from this side. So when you start, you just go line till you get your designed closure you prepare to make. So now single knot. So single knots, this is how you tie the knot. Like you pick one hole. You see it, I'm picking a hole. So pick a hole. Then some people say pick 2, some people say pick 3. Well, actually this is just to make a natural airline, and I think picking 3 and 4 it's going to cause your knots to be more visible if the air you are working with is like thick. But if you are working with the air that is very light, like maybe like this one I'm working with that is light, if you pick a 3, it's not going to actually show the knots. But if you are working with airs that has bigger strands, fatter strands, picking a 3 to 4 is a no, because definitely it's going to show. So but if you're working with all these synthetic airs and air with thin strands, if you can pick a 3, if the volume of the hair you want, if the volume of what you want is not achieved by picking 2, you can pick 3 and still the knots will not be visible. So let's go. So like I said, you pick one of the O. So when you pick one of the O, you take it in. Like you see it now, you see how some people said doing it like this is really not good, and that they prefer you making a loop like this. But like you can see, I've not mastered this. Like this is not, I can do it, I can still do it like this, but it's not really my comfort zone. Like I really like doing it like this, and I think doing it like this makes me really fast. Like it makes me really fast in picking my hair and canting it. Like I can see now this is 2 strands that I'm picking. This is 2 strands of hair that I'm picking already. So this is 2 strands of hair. So you take it with the hook, and you pull it out. You pull it out the net. Make sure that your ventilating needle is flat on the head of your dummy, because if you are pulling it like this, it's not going to come out. So make sure it's like this, that way it's going to be easy to come out. So like I said, we are doing a single knot. So single knot doesn't entail you are picking both the 2 layer and you are pulling out. That's a single knot. That's how to make a single knot that easy. A single knot is one of the most easiest knots for you to make, because there's no much stress in it. You are just going in, you are picking your 2 strands of hair, you are pulling it out, and you are picking 2. You can see the movement of my my needle. So that is how you go for a single knot. Like I said, is the most simplest knot for you to operate. So you first of all, you pick your strand of hair. Once you pick your strand of hair, you pull it out through the hole. Once you pull it out, you take your pin in. Make sure this hand you are using to hold the hair, it's firm. You holding the hair firm, so you just grabbing these two and then you pull it out. So that is all you need to know for single knots. So now I'll be doing, and like you can see, the knots are very tiny. It doesn't even look like there's a knot there. Like you can see, there is no knot, right? But actually there is a knot here. So the next one we're doing a double single knot. Like a double knot, rather. I'm saying a double single knot. You say a double knot. So double knots, like you go in picking. Double knot is kind of like a combo of two single knots, but tying the single knot twice in one knot. That's how a double knot is. If you can see, it's what I did. Now the technique I used is same I did for a double or for a single knot. Like see the same technique I used, but I tied it twice, like I did the single, like tying the single knot twice. So let me show you. So you pick in your hair, you take it down the hole, you pick in the two hair, you bring it out, take it again. You don't release the loop, take it through the loop again. You make sure you are tying that hair twice. So that's the big deal. That's just the deal for a double knot. That's just it. You take it in, you pick in your hair, you bring it out the loop, you tie it twice, and make sure you are tightening the hair. Once you are done doing the hair, you make sure you pull on the hair a little bit so it will be tighter than the single knot. And it's more double knot tighter than the single knot. Actually more tighter is actually more tighter. You're tying it twice, so it's more secure because you're tying it twice, so it's more secure pattern. What you can see, the knots are very tight. They're like small. You don't see the knots. They are natural. So now we are going to do a single split knot. Like a single split knot. So a single split knot now, it's very different from this double knot and the single knots. They are actually different from single split knot, and the double split knots are actually different from this single knots and double knots. So let's go right in. So like I said, don't forget this principle. You pick a hole, that is one line. You just pick a line, you go in, you pick your two or the strands you are picking, you go out. Now a single knot now entails you don't have to pick the two. You don't pick the two in your single knot. You pick just one of the line. You just pick just one line and go out of the loop. That's just it. So I think I'll do it again. I think I made it. It wasn't that obvious, so let me do it again. So you go in, pick a line, pick your two O's, you go in. So once you go in, you can see you take just one of the hand and then pull it out, then you draw it. So that is how to make a single knot. Just tying it once. It's actually different from a single knot, like I said. So you go it again. Let's go in again. Let's do it again. So pick it once, go out. You pick just one. Even if you say it's this one you want to pick, it's fine. Just one of them you are picking. Don't pick both of them. So you pick just one and voila, you are out. Like That's it. That's you are done. You are done with this knot. You are done with that line. That's all you just need to do. Picking your single split knot. Single split knot. You are picking just one side. So that's a single knot for you. That's how to tie a single knot, and like you see, it's flat. So let's see if it goes to the other side. See, it goes anywhere you want it. It's flat. You can reverse it. All these knots are flat, and for that, because their knots are tight, you can actually get them to go to any area you want them to go to. If you want them to go to this area, they will go to this area. If you want them to come to this area, they will come to this area. If you want them to come to this area, they'll come to this area, because these knots are very, very flat on this net. So now, like I'm saying, that is how you do it. So we're going to be doing a double split knot. Like I said, I promised that I'll be teaching you the 4 knots. So this, we're going to be doing a double split knot. So let's go. Double split knot. A double split knot. To bring it out from the wool. Now a double split knot entails that you picking both sides, but different times, not at once like the way a single knot is, just like you are doing twice of the single split knot. So now this is the double split knot, and you'll be picking both sides from the so once you pick in these strands, you make sure you don't pull it out completely, then you pick in the second one, and that's how you do a double split knot. That's how you do a double split knot. So that's just it about this knot. It's just about the loops when you are bringing it out. So once you are able to entail what it is, you able to use it. So that's just it. These are double split knots, these are single knots, these are double knots, and these ones are single knots. So but you can see it, or you can see all of them, that they are all really flat. And please do not forget that once you are done tying this knot, you should drag a bit, or once you are pulling in the knot, you make sure you drag a bit so that it will be tighter and it will pull off easily. And like you can see, these 4 knots have different type of knot base. They have different sizes and shape. Like you can see, this one, this is just like a dot. This one is twice. This one is bent a bit. Then you can see this one is like bold, like it's bigger, because this one I'm tying it twice. And this is actually the strongest knot. The double split knot is actually the strongest knot that can entail time, that can take in any stress and everything, pulling on and all. Does not mean that it does not rip off, but at least it's the strongest of all the knots. Out of these 4 knots, this is the strongest knot, and this is what how would I put it? This is what yes, experts. This is what experts use in producing their laces. The double split knots is what they make sure they make use of when they are producing their laces, their frontal lace, their closure lace, their full lace. They make sure they make use of this double split knot, because it's really have to do with the lifespan. Because if you make use of a knot that is not that tight, before you see a couple of weeks, months and all, that place will become bald because the knots are loosened and they are not that tight. So you make use of the double split knot, and I hope that from this video you have actually learned how to create this 4 types of knots for your closure, for your frontals. This is the 4 type of knots you use in producing a frontal lace. So anyone you decide to make shoes of actually is a goal. They are going to give you that natural look and all, but I tell you, like I said, I prefer you using the double slit knots because it's going to give you that tight look and all. So now, yes, so that's all for today, guys. That's all, and I will really be thankful if you give a thumbs up to this video if you find this video helpful, and please don't forget to subscribe on Terry Strands to get more videos and more tips on how to produce and treat your lace properly and how to take care of them and all. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Please, like I said, do not forget to subscribe and do as well to give me a thumbs up for me to know if you find this video helpful or not. See you again in my next video.